Hi there, my name is Caroline and I'm married to Mark and we have 4 kids and belong to White Abbey Presbyterian Church. My family and I have been in our house for quite some time now and things are starting to look a bit tired. Our kids are getting bigger and we need a bit more space for us all, so we've decided we were going to renovate our house. We've put plans together with the help of an architect, we've met with a builder who can help us, and we're getting in touch with the Building Society to help pay for it all. We're bracing ourselves for the chaos this will create. Dust and noise as we live through it, and the inevitable mess while everything is pulled apart and put back together in a new way. Now I suppose we could leave the house as it is. A lick of paint here and there for a while might do us, and we could put up with things as they are because it's not so bad. But there's a sense in our home that these changes reflect something else in our lives. If you know me, you'll know that I'm a Christian and my faith and hope are in the living Lord Jesus. And while we plan a renovation of our house, it's a renovation of the heart that Jesus is concerned with, and that's what a relationship with him is all about. Like our house, life feels more than a bit weary at the moment. The extension of the lockdown restrictions yet again make it feel like this is all a bit of a grind. The routine of trying to sustain homeschooling and managing work have taken their toll on our home, and I know on many others. That one more thing in our day suddenly becomes too much and life feels unmanageable. We say phrases like, "It is what it is," and "we just have to keep going, there's nothing else for it." But really at times it's a struggle to pull ourselves out of bed and to take on another day. So what's this got to do with Jesus? Well, I became a Christian as a teenager, which believe it or not was quite a while ago. It was the love that was shown to me by others in a church youth group who loved and knew him that drew me to Jesus. And it's been his love for me that has sustained me, overwhelmed me, simply thrown arms around me and assured me of who I am because of him. This has kept me going at times. When exam results went wrong and I thought my world was at an end because I had to take a year out and then study in Scotland rather than stay at home, it was this love of Jesus that assured me that he had me in the midst of that uncertainty. When a very precious friendship came undone and my heart was broken, his love scooped me up and put me back together again, and by his grace in later years would restore that friendship. And when I finally got into training as a solicitor, even that wasn't straightforward. The firm I thought I'd make my career in turned out to be the wrong fit. But his love sustained me to help me find the place he'd prepared for me all along. And when my dad died after a short illness and I wondered what was going on, his love threw arms around me and gave me hope to keep going. And then when staff changes within work took place and I thought I was at the end of myself, it was at those very moments that I found him there, as he's always been, showing me that he had that situation like he's had every one before and will have every single one that lies before me. Through all of these ups and downs, Jesus has shown his love for me, and even more than that, in all of those situations he has been at work in my life because he's also the great renovator of my heart. Why do I need this? Well, God had a plan for this world, one in which he created the first man and woman to have a relationship with them. He created a garden where he would walk in the cool of the evening with his children, and it was a good relationship because of his perfect design. But then sin, this autonomy where humans turn away from their creator and live against and not with God, entered in, and that first man and woman were banished from that garden, and ever since we have felt the effects of the fall, where we live in a world of hiding from God and really in hiding from each other as we live self-protective lives, never really letting people know us, not as God first intended for us. But God didn't want to leave us that way, and he revealed his heart and his immense love for us by creating the only way that could bring us back to him, the sacrifice of his son Jesus, who would die in our place and take the punishment for that sin by dying on the cross. The way to God is open, by accepting Jesus into our hearts and letting him do the renovation that is needed. But why do we need renovating? Well, when I talk about the heart, I mean the inner person, the one inside of us that we protect, that we put before others, that we suit ourselves with. It's the heart that Jesus wants to change because he knows we're fickle, that we love things for a time but then become disinterested, that we fill with distractions to cope with the weary, frustrating days we face, that we so easily justify when it becomes irritated or angry because someone just drives us mad. Our hearts need to be changed because, believe it or not, they're always worshipping something, whether it's that job we spend hours at, or the children we put before all else, or that activity that consumes us. we are so good at putting anything before the Lord who loves us and wants to draw near in relationship with us as He intended. We were designed to live lives dependent upon a gracious and loving Father who wants to lavish us with that love He has for us. Our hearts need to be forgiven, made new, renovated and restored to the relationship they were designed to have with the God who created us in the first place. In those things that I've gone through, I know it's because the Lord has been using them to keep my eyes fixed on Him, to shape my heart so it becomes more like His. And sometimes when things feel like they're being pulled apart, God is actually at work putting me back together to make me the person He wants me to be. We all need this renovation of our hearts because we simply weren't designed to live and toil away without meaning or purpose, whether that's in lockdown or out of it. But that's what some of us do. We keep getting out of bed, working hard, working well, loving our children and doing our best for them, trying to live a good life and to be decent. But there's an ache. There's an awareness of a tension within that it's never quite enough. So we work longer, we push our children or our plans for our children harder. We try to organise, plan, sort endlessly, but it's never quite enough. And the answer to all of this? Well, that rests with Jesus too. Because from creation to fall, to the cross and to the day I go to be with the Lord, I have a hope. This hope is outside of me. It is higher than my daily strivings and deeper than my deepest longings. One day all of this sin and fallenness will be gone. One day all this weariness, frustration and irritation will disappear. Because God promises that there will be a new heaven and a new earth, which I will be part of, and until then, His deep love for me gives me the peace that I need. So at the end of the day, with its fears and its worries, tensions and troubles, I have this rock-solid peace within me that knows all will be well. Only faith in the Lord provides that, and that hope gives me purpose for today. That relationship renovates my heart, calling me to love and to come to Jesus when I feel weary, because I know He will give me rest. For it is the heart of Jesus that reveals the Father, the God who's designed all of this and who's working out His good purposes despite the mess and the chaos of these present times. And so, all being well, our house will be renovated. There will be mess and chaos as we knock down walls and pull out all that is old and doesn't need to be present. And at the same time, I know it will create space and a place for our kids to grow and for us to welcome in those we know and love when we're allowed to, when the restrictions allow us. But I know more than this that the Lord will continue that renovation in my heart, granting me peace and purpose through troubles, sustaining me with His love through all of my days, but most of all, continuing to fill me with the love that He has for me and the love that you can have if you too choose to allow the great renovator to do His work in your heart too.